it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to do Clearview Talk. It has been 2 weeks. We've been on vacation, like I said in other videos. But you really just couldn't even, do it well. But everything is clear. It's very clear on what's happening in the community. So if there is an incident or it's happening, it's positive, it's anything going on, like you can see it happening. It's pretty, share at this point, but when I see this and I see it's the King Cups, everyone is really well attuned. And when I see this and I see the Knight of Cups in reverse, you're well attuned, but then it's emotional offers or like good friendliness. So I just don't understand this. So when I say that, it is true. You can't do it. You can't boo it, like we say, but did we complete a cycle? Because this is the world. I have to say, yeah, I feel like it was completed out. When I see the Two of Swords, though, it's really unbeknownst, and it's doing this. And when it's in my face doing this, I'm not supposed to see it. It's supposed to be right there in my face. And that was a day where you just couldn't even understand. The Three of Swords comes in and says, you can't even do. You can't even. Now, with the Three of Swords, it really hurts. And then the Knight of Pentacles goes, no, here you go. Here's a solid offer. You take it and run. But then you go, the Nine of Swords, there really is nothing to it. But you hear right in the background, did we find the source of the smell in the town hall? You know, things happen, cleaning, but it disrupted the entire town. We could not, and they're fixated on it, where you can't even do anything, and cards are flying right out. So the Eight of Swords says that you just can't see it. It's criminal, I know it. And then you go and you say, the King of Pentacles in reverse. No, greed, taxes. But what about the farm equipment? Like the law. What law? State and federal law. You should be paying taxes by this point on your farm equipment. And then you go the King of Wands, but no, that's not honorable. No, it's not. You can't bring it to court. So that is, you say, what came out of your mouth? It's true. It's true. You literally can't. But when did they set up their farm? Here we go. We're back at it again. I know exactly where we are. So let's actually look. And when we actually look, and I'm seeing it, and I look and I go, there it is, right through remote viewing. You see it actually go through. And when I go through it, I say, yeah, money moves, money well, and it does well on tax day. And that's all you need to know. I'm like, that's pretty shady. That's pretty greedy and nasty. I mean, we have all these terms for how to describe it, but that's all towns right now. But what about the landlord issue? Let's actually take a look. What's going on with agriculture? Let's go on with everything that's so minuscule. They have to say, maybe you do need that knock on the door to see if you're well. You haven't reported in. I know. There's something that is, it feels like inhibition, but it isn't. It's a type of well to a wellness check that can't be done because there's no call-in. But it's hard, but it's a per se. And yes, they do have the right, and they do have a free will. They can call 911 if they're capable of it. And then you say, I heard it, I felt it, I saw it, it's true. I have the right as an officer. And they go, no, continue on. And you go, yep, I already know what to do. EMS and fire are like that. Everywhere is like that. You can't do it. What are you doing with continuum? So when I see the King of Swords, it really is on the split of this deck. It is legal. It is lawful. It is contractual. It is military. It is law enforcement. It is everything, even up to a point of judicial, where you can't just go out because you saw it, you heard it, you felt it. So when you see the King of Swords again, but it's in reverse, it's ill. Ill. The true definition of ill is someone who's soured, who actually has symptoms of physical ailment, that they could potentially do a crime. So when I see the devil, I have to say it is a type of liberation, it's a type of freedom, it's a type of exit and getting out. But when I see the Eight of Wands, it's a type of communication that comes through that's unbeknownst, that only Continuum picks up on. So when I look at it and I see the Queen of Swords and I go, in reverse, there really is no logic to it. There is. You got to do everything and anything and something and nothing. Even on research, on study, even after the crime. Because when I look at it and I say, there it is, there it is. The Five of Pentacles says, you can't even see it. This loss, but I keep saying LOS. It's not, they're missing S, like missing letters. That you go, I feel it right on my foot. How am I feeling it on my foot? I forgot, I live in Appalachia area. They're showing me that their foot hurts. So I just bounce my leg and I let them know, you can call your doctor, you can do Neosporin, use soap and water, do all of these things. That is how it's like in every community right now, especially South Carolina, anything and everything and something and nothing. It's very weak, but they are solid, they are strong, but it is weak. So they're wondering about taxes, they're wondering about stimulus check, they're wondering about the child tax credits and the release. Because you're not going to get anything on an insurance company, any which way of insurance. And then you also can't even do anything. So when I see the Four of Swords and you go, you can't even believe how nasty it is at rest. Because the Six of Pentacles goes, we already knew. We already knew. It was such an offering that you couldn't even see it because he gave it up. He gave it up. I knew it. But yours was the best idea, this Nine of Wands. Just be actually a true Leary. You heard it, you felt it, you saw it. And it didn't sit right with me. So I'm not going to do it. So when you look at it, the world, it is per se an incomplete cycle. But when you see the Knight of Cups come through, you go, you can't even believe how nasty it was. How nasty it was. It comes in like nasty, but it is chaotic. Chaotic. The High Priestess comes in and says, you have to actually sit and like absorb a little bit of the energy to understand it and not much, or sit in the energy to understand it and almost have like this download that you can't even do or sue anything. The Two of Swords comes in and goes, no, you can't really be at this crossroads. But we're trying to figure out why there's no steel. And we're still trying to like figure out about no trains, planes, automobiles, anything like that up to a movie. So when I see the Queen of Wands, you go, it's not sitting pretty. That was just the last 2 weeks. That was just the last 2 weeks. When I see this, and I'm seeing Judgment in reverse, there's like nothing. Nothing. So when I actually look at it, you have to look at it at a truth. That you can't even do it. Use this deck again. What do we need to know for the next week? This actually has to be a kick-up. Farming, absolutely. They're already starting, at least in my area. Though, after everything that's going on, and being old-fashioned like myself, I'd wait at least until April 1st week or 2nd. But you gotta do. Yep, you gotta do it. I understand that too. Eight of Pentacles. This is something that's on the table that you can't push forward and it can't be known. When you see the King of Pentacles, it is really good and it is a good money offer. It's sitting so well that you actually have to take if it's a new job or a contract. But this Nine of Swords comes in and it says it really hurts on a back. On a back. That's all I need to know. When I see this and I see the moon, it's meant to be a mystery. I would actually wait until a third quarter moon, almost into April. When I see this and I see the King of Wands, you have to say, absolutely, sit right here because you can't even understand it. How odd it was to be it trolling. I want to know why that came up. That you couldn't even understand the Four of Wands was you can't have a celebration. What do you mean? It's still cold and flu season. Well, we'll get it done. Yep, we'll get it done. So Seven of Pentacles means it's really not hard to do anything, and people actually come in and they're quite rude. I'm like, this is like a timeline jump. Where are we? So when I see this, I see the Empress, and this is a type of female energy. But like I've been saying, this is something of female energy that actually men are using, which has happened, which is okay. It really is. And depending on what their religion is also. They can sit and balance feminine energy. So when I see this, and I see the Three of Pentacles, here it is again. It keeps coming out. There is no Pentacles. Three Pentacles. There's no apprenticeship. There's nothing. So when we actually go low, and we're like, Lou, you're like, I can't even believe it. Can't even believe it. Wolf. When I see the wolf, it is a continuum on. When I see the cosmic egg, there's something about life in the community that's going to work. But it's really going to take until April to get it out. When I see this and I see the earthworm, it is a bit of a trigger. And when I see the earthworm in the community matters, it is a go-to it for a type of fishing that you can't even do. But when I see the moth, I can't even see it straight or new at all. So what is actually going to kick up in this like community matters with this moth? It really is a type of blossom that's new, that's not supposed to be new. The trees? Is it like early pollen? Early pollination? When you see this, the octopus, you can't even see it whatsoever. You can't even believe, like, there's no reach out. There's nothing. But when I see the crocodile, when you see this yellow eye, I have to say, look at the rivers and streams when you actually do early fishing. All right, let's look. This one is actually hard. This one is a hard one. Starseed Oracle. Again. This one's simple. This one wants to remain quiet for the next week. That's why it's a short one. Here we go. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding a vision. There's something of what the community wants. When you actually take it, devotion, potency, and make your life a moving prayer. Dedication. When you actually look at it, karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict, whatever is coming through is still a little bit of new moon energy, but then when you actually look at it, you have to see that you can't even understand how well it comes through. When you look at this and you say, embrace your weirdness and face your true north, you might actually be doing like just old like quirks. All of a sudden you go, I just got it. I just literally got it. My will to thy will and micromanaging universe, I feel like that is right through spring. Whenever this new moon came in for February, that's going right to the full moon for March, it was true. Now, with that being said, it is true. I do feel that March is coming in like a lion, but Lyon, that you can't understand the lamb when it comes through on a 2-8. So, that's all you need to know. So, with that being said, any questions or concerns, leave a comment or an email. A like and a share is greatly appreciated, and we will talk to you soon.